Assalamu alaikum. So in this video I will be solving lab 6. So in lab 6 we have to prepare our project, our Maven project, for the main project of the course. Okay, so I will be using the same workspace that I used to solve lab 5. Okay, so I will start Eclipse. And then I will switch workspaces. Okay, so it says create a Maven project with the name of your course main project. Okay, so for example, if you want to build a library management system or a tasks management system, something like that, that will be the name of your Maven project. Okay, so from here I will right click here, or you can go to file here, and then I will create. So in the search bar here I will search for Maven and I will create a new Maven project. I will click on this, create a simple project. So this allows to create an empty Maven project because you have other ways to do it. You can create Maven projects where a lot of other libraries are already imported, but we don't have we don't need that for the moment. So here again I will use my let's say this is the company name with your so this is the namespace of your company name. So if you have a domain, for example, you reverse the domain. For example, I will call this tasks manager. No, that's the artifact ID. Okay, that's enough for my group ID. For the version, I will keep 0.0.1. That's it. Then, so we'll create a main class, and then we'll start adding our dependencies. Okay, so we go to src main Java, right click, create a new class. I will use the same the same package as the one in my group ID. So edu.ps, that's the best practice. SE411 tasks manager. I will call this app, and I want it to have a main function. Then I will head to my pom.xml to import dependencies. So first of all, you have to add this dependencies tag. Okay, so by the way, you have to test something. If you type depend, okay, and you don't have dependencies here, that means that Eclipse couldn't download this file. Okay, this file is an XSD file. That's the schema of the pom.xml used by Maven. Okay, so normally when you open this document here, normally Eclipse should be able to download this file automatically without you noticing at all. So if this is underlined in red and the editor doesn't recognize here the tags of Maven POM, that means that file could not be downloaded, and that's because you have to allow Eclipse to download it automatically. So in Windows you have to go to Window Preferences. In Mac you have to go to File Settings. You should find settings somewhere here in Eclipse, and then you will get the same window. Here just search for XML, and for the last option, XML wild web developer here, you should tick this this option here, download external resources like referenced, DTD, XSD. These are schemas. Schemas, yani, it means the structure, it's a declaration of the structure of the XML file. Okay, so we will allow Eclipse to download it, apply. Once you have that, you will be able to now find your tags here. Okay, then we will add a dependency, which is here. So add the Javafx dependency inside dependencies. Okay, so org.open JFX controls 23. So you can edit here, or you can also add it here. Okay, you can type in open. Is it org dot? I think it's org.jfx, open JFX, then JFX controls. JavaFX controls, and then 23. So JavaFX controls, and then version 23. Once you do that, it will be added here. It's taking time. Okay, now you can find it here. Okay, so you can do it here or using the user interface, so they are equivalent. Then we will add a build section, inside which we will add the plugin of Javafx that allows to build applications that have Javafx library. Okay, so outside of dependencies, so add the build section after dependencies. Now that's the usual practice, and inside this we will add I think we have to add plugins first. So if you type here, you should have the allowed tags here. Okay, so you can see that you cannot have a plugin directly inside build. We have to include it inside plugins. Then you have to configure this plugin so that it knows which is your main application, your main class. Okay, so we have to copy the package name, replace the package name here, and then for the main class we called it app. Okay, so you have to use the name of your class that contains the main function, the entry point of the application. Okay, and then we will start making our application a Javafx application. So we have to extend. So we are done with this. Here we have to extend application, which is a Javafx class. Okay, and you have to hover over this word for some seconds, and Eclipse will give you these corrections. And here, make sure that you are importing the application object from the Javafx library. Okay, once you have that, you will get an error because this class is not abstract, but this class has some abstract methods that you have to implement. So when you hover over this, it will tell you have to add unimplemented methods, and start is the application. The method, the abstract method that we need to implement. So here we can add our code, but the main function here has to call the launch method. which is declared inside this application. Okay, this method is inherited from this application, from the superclass. Okay, once we are here, we can start writing Javafx code. Okay, we can start creating, setting the stage title, and then here displaying the stage. And between these two sections, you can construct your scene. Okay, so now we have this. We can use the plugin, the Javafx plugin, to run our application. So we right click on the pom.xml Maven build. Then here we can first of all clean and then run the Javafx run goal. Okay, make sure here you have a name that is that will remind you of this run configuration. This is called the run configuration. So we'll apply and then we run, and it should run our application. And this is the application. Okay, so now we have an application that has been a Javafx application. Okay, of course, if you want to run it again, you will find it here, or you can go to run configurations and you will find all your run configurations here. Okay, so you can select it again from here and you can modify it if you want. Okay, you can rerun it again from here. Okay, so okay, again. Okay, now the second part is to prepare our Maven project so that we can generate documentation later. So the documentation will be in the form of a website. Okay, a website that will be generated from our pom.xml and from our project. So what we need to do is to add these tags, these descriptions. Okay, so I will add them into our pom.xml. Okay, so I will add them here. So my project name, I will call it task manager. Then you can have a description here. This project is a tasks manager tool, and so on. Then you can have a URL of your project. So for example, my task manager something .sa. Okay, and then we can add licenses. Okay, so to organize everything, I will select everything with Ctrl A and then Ctrl Shift F to format everything correctly. Then you can also add information about your organization, your company, I mean. So let's keep that. So you can here, for example, add the name of the group, for example. Then you can add the team members. So you can add as many developers as you have. So let's say I have 2 developers. Okay, now we have our minimum documentation, information about our tool. Then we will generate the documentation of the website, the documentation of the tool in the form of a website using the default plugin. It's not the default plugin, but a plugin that is already in Maven that is called the site plugin. Okay, so we can right click here. As you can see here, we don't have anything. We don't have a site that is generated. So we can write clean site. Here I will add doc, okay, or site, so that I can differentiate between the two run configurations. Then this should generate, as you can see, it is generating the site here. This is the goal that is being executed. Okay, it's downloading some plugins, plugins, yes, it's downloading this plugin or configuring it. Okay, so it has finished. I will refresh. Okay, it generated my plugin here. So this is my site. Sorry, it generated my site here. So we have an index.html that we can use. So here you go to open with and you select system editor so that it opens with an external editor of HTML. So my default HTML editor in my machine is Chrome. So this is the site, and you can explore your documentation here. So these are the dependencies, OpenJFX, this is what we have installed, licenses. So as you can see, it has included licenses from the dependencies also. Okay, so that's important because your code depends on those libraries, but also depends on the licenses of those libraries. Maven coordinates, they're not documented here. I don't know why. This is the description that we have written in the document. Licenses Apache 2.0, plugin management. You have a summary. Here you have the coordinates, group ID, artifact ID, and version. And finally, you have the team here. Okay, so you can even have images. Okay, so so that's it. This is the minimum documentation that you should be able to generate. Okay, so thank you very much. That was the lab.